Now that my Volkswagen Transporter has been fully repainted in San Marino blue and had a full service, I'm now ready to start sound deadening it and insulating it. Yes, because I'm turning this into a camper van, I'm going to be doing a lot of long distances, and that means that I want to have as much refinement and quiet driving as I possibly can, so it's nice and peaceful and I feel good when I get to the other end of a 6-hour journey as opposed to feeling knackered. So that means I'm going to sound deaden it to make that experience as enjoyable as possible. So to sound deaden the van, I'm going to be using some of this, which was from eBay, and it is sound deadening 40 sheets, matte 40 square foot car camper van proofing plus free roller tool. And here it is in this box here. So it's just your usual sound deadening type stuff. It's got a sticky back in it, it's kind of hard, and it just stops the panel from vibrating and therefore making a noise. Got quite a few sheets in there, so they're going to be getting trimmed to size. If I just check the price again, it was $49.95 each for a box this size. Although it does come with, obviously, as I said, free roller tool. Ideal. I've also got this kind of vapor barrier insulation kind of rubbery stuff with it's got a sticky back, and I'll be putting that on top. I got this through a job in work. There was some spare left over, so I just kept it. So that's going to be going on top of that once that's in. I've also ordered some of the, you know, like the recycled plastic looking stuff, you know, the white stuff. It's like kind of like fiberglass insulation. You stuff it in all the cavities. It's on its way. That's going to be going in the back. I don't actually need that for what I'm doing just now. I'm going to be doing the front just now, so I don't actually need that stuff right now. And I'm going to be starting with the passenger's door to begin with. However, this has been a new door in this van at some point in its life. Like when I was sanding it back, I did see, you know, like the black eco that was on it as you get on new panels. And I don't know what on earth has happened here, but somebody has put a sound deadening pad in there. And it looks like Stevie Wonder done it with a knife and fork, so I'm going to get rid of that because that's just awful. Now that monstrosity is out of there, we've got a nice blank canvas to work with. As you can see, there is a couple of factory sound deadening pads already in there, but that'll be fine. They can stay. Now on most of the videos I've watched of people, you know, sound deadening their vans, they primarily focus on the back. And they kind of avoid the front because basically you've got to shell the whole door to get in this, because there's one big huge panel that goes over and covers all that. You can't get into the inside. But when you've got the luxury of having it already shelled like I do, you'd be stupid not to. So we're going to sound deaden all of this. I'm going to get a sheet out of the box. I'm just going to offer it up and see where it'll go. So probably do a whole sheet there. That kind of covers a fair whack of the door in there, as you see. Just pop that in there, that will cover a whole bit of the door. Obviously got the factory sound deadening pad there, another factory one down here. I'll probably pop another one of these in here, and then that'll make it a lot quieter. Shall we go with a little sound test to begin with? So yeah, quite tinny sounding. We'll do another test once we've installed these. And that's one of the pads in there. I'll tell you something, this little roller does actually help and make a bit of difference. I feel like it's getting a lot better stick than, you know, if you were just to use your hand. Feels got a good grip on there. I'm going to do a bit in here now. Now I don't know whether to trim a bit down. I don't know what way to shape it either. Whether I try and make it, you know, angle down here and flat at the bottom to follow the kind of curvature of there. But that might be quite wasteful. I'm not entirely sure. I see, because I could stick it in like this, but you know, that's kind of, it's overhanging here, and then you've got the factory one there. Up and down the ways could do, but then there's a whole piece in there that hasn't been covered. I think maybe what I'll do is I'll roughly trim the corner off there and save that little piece and try and pop it so I can get as much kind of coverage in there, and I can stick even a little piece up in here somewhere and fill one of the gaps. So I'm going to do that, I think. So yeah, just using a Stanley blade to cut this, nothing out of the ordinary, nothing spectacular. Just literally cutting it with a Stanley. I'll rephrase that, I'm cutting it with the world's bluntest Stanley. I may as well use that piece first, that's already come off. I think I'll just stick that piece in there, because it's in the middle of the door and that's probably where it's going to be quite tinny. I know the bar's there, but I'll get another flat piece up here, I think. I'll just stick that in there just to bridge the gap. So let's try that other bit in now. Yeah, so that fits a lot better now, so I'm going to fire that in there and then we're covering quite a lot of the door then. Trying to get this in without getting it stuck to everything on the other hand is a different story. Almost forgot about my roller. Right, so that's that installed there as well. I'm going to go for a strip down here I think, and then maybe a strip across the top of there, and maybe even put one down here as well, and then I think that'll do it. Then we'll go over with some of the vapour barrier stuff. Right, so I've got 130mm wide, 200mm long. Right, so about 200mm is about there roughly. You don't have to be exact with this stuff, it doesn't really matter that much. I mean, if you want it to be, you can be. I'm not going to. And 130mm is about there. I don't have a straight edge with me here today, so I'm going to have to just eyeball it. That's not bad, to be fair. In fact, I'm going to probably just as well trimming that right the way through, make it easier to separate it. And it's maybe not right the way through the blade, the world's bluntest blade. Fire him in there. I'm going to have to use my stupid fat thumbs to get into the small bits in there that the roller won't quite reach. Perfect. We'll go for about 80mm wide and put a few strips in the top there. Now that's nearly 240mm across there, so if I'm going to avoid being wasteful, I'll go for about 85 each side here and then just divvy this up. So we've got 3 strips to fire in there now. Need to leave myself enough room for the handle carrier to go back in. Go in this far away corner, try and get as much coverage as possible. It's a bit tighter down there actually. And one last bit in the centre. Ideal. So now I want to put just another bit down the bottom there, and then I think that should be basically covered. Try not to stick it into any part of the door that I don't want it to be stuck to before it goes in. Now will I get the roller in here? Doesn't look like I'll get the roller in here, I'm going to have to go in with my hands. There is just a couple of wee bits in here that are just not quite sticking, and it is a cold day today, so I'm going to go in with some heat and see if that kind of makes them, you know, helps it stick a bit better. Right, so the heat gun has helped that a wee bit. It's got them stuck down a bit better, that's quite good. Now, I think that'll do that in terms of, you know, the sound in it. I don't think I'm going to bother with the bottom, because you've got the beam and everything like that there anyway. I think it'll be fine. So even just with the sound deadening in and no vapour barrier, that has made one hell of a difference. So all I'm going to do is repeat this process on the other side. And that is the other side done. A few weeks later. Right, I'm back again with some more sound deadening to do. As you can see, I'm going to be doing some bits at the back here because I want to get this wall carpet lined, which is going to be a separate video. Don't want to, you know, ruin the magic of show business for you, but I do actually sometimes record a couple of videos on the same day. Yes, I want to get this van outside just so it's not in the workshop anymore, because I'm feared about it, you know, picking up bit dents and damage and stuff, being sitting in the workshop. So I want to get outside as quickly as I can, but I need to get the windows in first, and I need to carpet line that first. I need to sound end it before that, so round the wheel arches and stuff before I can put some carpet line on it. And also, I've lifted one of the floorboards, and there's 18 years worth of frankly shit under there. So that's all going to need cleaned up and hoovered before we do anything. So this side has had a rough clean, and as you can see it looks a lot better. Looks far better than its neighbour over here. So I'm going to fire in some sound deadening on the odd inside panels and stuff. I might need to cut a lot of it and shape it. But yeah, I'll probably just stick this on a time lapse so you can watch me. If there's any tips and tricks on anything I come across that, you know, throws me off, then I'll tune back in. But you've seen me do it with the front doors, and it's basically the same thing. You just cut the pads to sides and stick them down. Starting with the likes of this big panel was pretty easy. I could just chuck whole sheets in here and didn't really have to trim anything down. It was really easy, just pull the back off, fire them on, run over it with the roller, and it would stick like to a blanket. This was by far the easiest bit. Then for the rest of it, it was fairly simple. Just measure it, cut it, trial and error, just trial fit it before you peel the back off it and send it. It doesn't need to cover 100% of the panel. It would be ideal if you could, but at the end of the day, it's not going to make that much difference. I saved a lot of the scraps to try and put them in some of the smaller cavities of the panel that you'll see later on. This has one part fully done. Quite happy with how that turned out. It's nicely covered, and as you can hear, it certainly sounds a lot better now. That's going to just make that extra difference for, you know, driving long distances, and a bit of refinement and a bit of, you know, quiet, no road noise, make you a bit less tired when you get to the other end of your long journey. So yeah, I'm just going to crack on with the rest of it. As I was saying before, these are the places where I was having to cut it and trial and error and try and get the sheet to the right shape before I could fully send it onto the panel. They could be a bit wasteful doing bits like this because you end up with lots of little offcuts, but I tried to use them and utilise them as much as I possibly could by putting them in some of these cavities. It's just as important to get inside the cavities as it is to get the major parts of the panel, because I want to try and minimise the road noise as much as I possibly can. So as we check back in, as you can see, everything's done. I've even done it inside of there. All inside the internals of the panels are all done. You've got a wee bit in there, in there, and there. I've used up a lot of the scraps in there. But yeah, it's looking good. Very, very happy with how that's turned out. You should hear the difference as well. Normal side without sound deadening. After sound deadening. I feel like that is going to make it just that little bit better driving down the road. In fact, not just a little bit, I think it's going to make a huge difference driving it down the road, not listening to, you know, the vibrations from behind, rattling and stuff. However, there's one major bit I need to do now. I've already had a quick go at it because that sheet got a bit stuck and got a bit folded over, so I thought I may as well use it on this. But I need to wrap the arches, because obviously that is going to be a major source of noise. It's actually sticking quite well. I'll show you how to do this, because I just done this on the off chance. This kind of came randomly, but I'll do one on here just to show you how well it wraps round. This is going to make a lot of difference driving down the road. So I just cut a sheet to 160mm. Also, this job has cost me the top of my finger. It's in some sterile masking tape, and hopefully it's sticking itself back together. This was recorded 1 week before my wedding, and that finger that I've just sliced the top off is the one directly next to my ring finger. Thankfully, it healed up in time. Just be careful with Stanley blades, that's all I'm saying. If you don't believe me, there's the blood on the Stanley blade. So yeah, just cut this to about 160mm. And then what I did was, give it a little trial fit first obviously. Yeah, it's going to work fine. Do need to do a bit of trimming with the Stanley blade. Start with the top edge first, just get that bedded in. Obviously you've got your little ridges there, get them pushed in too. Now it does have a little bit of a crossover there, so I'm going to cut that back a bit. Just a bit more, oh, fling that out of the van, don't need that. Just need to trim a little bit more off that edge. So well, that's meeting that other sheet quite well there. Just going to push it down a bit, get it in the little ridges. Now this is where the roller that comes with the sound deadening pads comes in very handy, because you can just run it over the top and it makes it stick like nothing else. Irons out all your little creases, especially in these ridges in the arch here. It works well for that. It's just about the perfect shape for that. Now when you get a bit like this, where it's, you know, because you're obviously curving it up this side, it kind of pushes it out. Just give it a little cut with the blade. Try to not scratch the parts like I just did there. Just fold them over and then take your roller. That makes that just about flat. By the time you put carpet lining on top of that, you're not even going to feel that. Same again with that cut. As you can see, yeah, you can hardly see that or feel it. Final one there. Right, so I'm just going to carry on trying to finish this, and then I'll get round there done as well, and I'll check back in. Right, and that is the arch fully covered as well. I tried to use a lot of the little offcuts and stuff to kind of bridge the gaps up around here, just so I'm not wasting it, but that looks good. That is going to absorb a lot of noise when we're on the road and make it just that little bit nicer. I think this video is going to be long enough, so I'm going to call it a day and I'll make this a two-parter on doing the sound deadening. I'm going to do the floor in another video, which is probably going to be a pretty big job. Also got this other side to do. To be honest, I might just stick that in a time lapse in the next video. You don't need to see me do that twice. Got the tailgate, sliding door to do, and I think that's about it. I might actually cover the arches in the front. I might lift the carpet up and cover them up as well, because me as well. But I do need to order some more sound deadening before I do that as well. It all needs vapor barriered, and then I've got the the recycled plastic insulation to put in after that. So that'll be another video. But aye, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please remember to hit the like button. If I've done something wrong or you want to educate me, please drop a comment down below. If you like this build and you want to see it carry on, hit the subscribe button. Cheers, see you next one. And as you can see, that I keep saying as you can see to everything.